Hello, hello, hello. Heyo, Casmon. Funny seeing you here. Let's see. Okay, so I'm just going to keep this sprite for now, and later I'll add a page to OBS. Oh, hey, I have a webcam. Let's try that today. My hair is wet, but that's fine. Hello, webcam. I have a light, too. So the, oh. Wait. Okay, I went on the first setting. All right. Light is good. The camera will get figured out, and then my hair is all a big mess. Well, I mean, it's very clean, but that means it's everywhere till it dries enough to brush it. Anyways, so I was doing some playtesting today because somehow I got caught up in that instead of fixing bugs, which was good because it needed to be done at some point, and it was fun, so that's nice. And I ran into some enemies. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot I was supposed to fix them, and they're too hard right now. So it's not that I'm bad. I might be bad. But, you know, it's at least something I think other players are also going to encounter, so I'm going to fix it. What is going on with this? Try again, Game Maker. This game isn't hard. You might be streaming some work soon? Nice. Will be fun. Send me the link. I'm going to stop at 10. I won't be able to engage in chat, but I am happy to give you a lurk and peek in every once in a while. I'm just doing something after this. But I can stop by if you send me a link. Let's see. So we've got this save file, which I did some cursed things in, and I now have Sonia all by herself over here. And there's one particularly bad enemy. Where is it? I need to find one of them. Over here? Nope. I guess I don't really want to mess this up. Devs are never good at their own game. Soon as in this weekend or so? Oh, okay, I see. Well, send me the link whenever you do, and if I'm free, I'll stop by. I am pretty busy at the moment, but I never mind being invited to things. Let's see. Yeah, there's none of them here. I guess I killed them all. The flowers are way too strong. And I want to nerf them. And yes, devs are always bad at their own games. This is true. But I still think at the moment I am better at my own game than anybody else is. Because I just know way more about it. And this is a game that you benefit a lot from some game knowledge. And anyways, that brought to my mind that there are a few enemies that are probably too strong for the beta that I want to release. So my plan for today is to fix those and go through and just improve the AI on a couple guys. Like there's some that have some spells that could be more intelligently used, and I want to make the combat a little more streamlined, so all that. And at the same time, I'm also going to add a primitive hard mode so that you can like basically just increase the level of all the enemies by 1. And that will mean that if I overtune it now, at least there's a hard mode available for people that might want a more challenging experience. Yeah, you set up your work VM. Oh, I see. I hope that goes smoothly when you get around to it. I know that kind of thing can be a hassle. Did I commit before this? Besides the starting soon, I did. Okay. Actually, I'm going to open that and put this on my other monitor. Minimize. There we go. Okay, so the first enemy that needs attention. Well, I'm going to do the Enchanted Grove first, because there's a couple things I want to do in the Enchanted Grove. And the Enchanted Grove has 3 enemies. It has the Globber, it has the... Well, actually, it's 4 enemies. It has the Globber, it has the Leafly, it has the Chugan, and it has the Wisp. And the Wisp is rare, very rare. So I'll take a peek at it, but I probably won't change much. The dev can play the game is good for a common player. The hardcore players will want a harder setting. Yeah, that's how I feel. And I definitely prefer the game to be too easy than too hard for now. In the long run, I'll have more time to tune that, but let's take a look at the Globber first. These are all pretty much happy. I'm happy with these ones already, but I want to double check them. 3 health, I'm not changing that because that means it's 1 shot if you have a damage boosting item, but only then. And Lydia can 1-shot them already. And then they resist poison, fire. Pretty slow. Let me just see. Let me test making them a little faster. No, they should be slow. These guys are just going to be... I'm going to actually increase their spawn rate a little bit. How do I do that? I forget. Oh, they're already 1 danger. Okay, that's fine then. Then they have clobber and jump, which is... they're very simple. Anything else I want to do? They do +2 damage at level 2, +4 damage at level 3. I'm going to reduce this. They get 2 AP at level 3. It's all fine. Make them a little faster at higher levels. I'm kind of just eyeballing it, you know. Clobber does 2 base damage. Correct. I should probably increase the damage of Savage also. So let's open the Lechugan. And then what we'll do is I'll just go do a bunch of battles, and that will be the more exciting part of the stream. 2 movement speed, bonus damage, bonus damage. Where is Savage? Who does this belong to? Cloaked face reveal? I've had a face this whole time. What do you mean? Yeah, I'm trying out the webcam. Do you like it? I don't. It's not a particularly high quality, actually. Plot twist? Yeah, you never expect it. I mean, I've never been super opposed to hiding my face. In fact, there is my face on some videos, but I didn't like how there was the jagged edge where the edge of the webcam was. So I added this little mask to put the little dissolve texture, and now I don't mind how it looks. So tell me if you like it, and I will use it more often. Or if people are indifferent, then I'll forget and not turn it on. Let's see here. What's here? These do damage. Yeah, with some extra lighting, lots of webcams go from 4 to average. Yes. This, I have a light here, which is so much better than if it wasn't there. But I could probably do more if I particularly cared to. Let's see. I mean, the one I'm using is just the one built into the laptop. Yeah. I would be really yellow without the light on. It's my experience on all my class Zoom calls. This does bonus damage. How much base damage it does? 2? Now, who has this ability? Leaflies and Lechugans. Let me increase the damage. I mean, it's because it does 1 piercing damage. I'm just going to remove that, make it 2. A little boring, but it's more consistent. Yeah, it'll do 2 to 4. And so will the Globber. Well, the Globber will always do 2. 4 only if you sit next to the enemy and let it hit you. Yeah. With my own stream setup, I have 4 lights. I think I've maxed how far the camera can go. I mean, your camera looks pretty good. Just got back from a walk because it's nice out tonight. Yeah, I also went for a walk. I went with my sibling, and we were going to go get smoothies. But the smoothie place closed like 15 minutes before we got there, so we didn't get smoothies. But we did get a walk, and that was fun. Okay, so I've made the Lechugans do a bit more damage. Oh, I was going to look at their health. The health has 2 things here. I need to test to do this. Nice, my family went with me too. Cool. always good to have a group walks. I think the thing I miss most about school actually was my friends and I, late at night, we would often go out for walks like 9 or 10 after everyone was done with classes and homework and just walk around the city, or along the river, the water. Let's see. I want a. This is probably a fine, safe spot to look at. Yeah, let's see what enemies we've got here. So I want to meet some Lechugans and some Globbers and see how it goes. Should hide the cursor. I'm going to forget that too. Oh, look. Lechugans and Globbers. All right. Well, we'll save here, and this will be our test fight for a little while. I misread the first one as crossword. Oh, this game is different than I thought. Well, you never know. You can make one of those. I'm not known to be particularly consistent. So this is... they're not Lechugans. This is Leaflies. And zap these guys. Freeze that. And... oops. This is fine. That's pretty... It's pretty easy to avoid getting hit by the Globbers and the Lechugans, which is a bit of a problem for me because I know how to avoid them, but I don't know if other players are going to, so then I don't know how much damage they should or shouldn't do. But I think that's fine. The only thing I want to do is basically make it so that enemies in this area of the game only do one action per turn, even if that action consumes multiple action points. And so I'm close to that. I think, to be honest, I think the Enchanted Grove is basically correct. It feels pretty satisfying to clear stuff out. That was my experience earlier. Even with just one character, you can basically clear stuff out. So I'm happy with that. I have increased the damage a little bit. What I wanted to know... Oh, I remember why I compiled. Can't wait to struggle something for an hour and then post-release patch to happen. Well, yeah. If you're really struggling... well, I've done a lot of testing for this game. I'm not too worried about something something super surprising like that. Like, I don't think I'm going to be really caught off guard by anything. Oops. I thought oh, I didn't open debug before I... Okay. Well, we're going to make a new save file then. But compared to, like, the last Librarian, I really didn't... Like, I did lots of testing for that, but there's tons of scuff I didn't predict at all. I don't think that will happen in this game, but we'll see. I mean, that's part of what I'm doing today. Where's the bridge? There it is. I mean, I know why this is crashing, but I was just talking about how there's not going to be any unexpected problems, and this happened. I know what this is. It's just annoying. It's something that can only happen in debug mode, and I have to fix it later. I'll just walk out the door first. Or we'll just continue the save file. Wait, why is... What? Oh, this is the room I tried to teleport to. Lydia. Can't wait for the Linux build that works for me. Yeah. Hate having to sign up for a VM. Yes, I am hoping to do a Linux build for this beta. Obviously, that's like something I do want to do. But Linux building just straight up broke for me last time, and anybody in the GameMaker community that bothers supporting a Linux build just has a Linux machine for testing it with. And I don't have that set up, and I can't quite convince myself to bother, but I probably should. I might actually just ask you or one of my other Linux testers to help me in person at some point. You'll probably visit Seattle, and I have a friend there that also does Linux things. And then I can just connect directly and not have to do it through a virtual machine. Cleared those. Here's some leaflies. No, I want Lechugans. That's what I'm looking for. Give me some Lechugans. You know, I could use the debug power. Is the staff the red character? Is that a staff or a spear? It's a spear. This is the Sorite Spear, legendary weapon crafted for the chosen luminary. Lots of lore around that. I can't play the game on my laptop because I don't have a KVM manager. Yeah, I'll make sure to have a Linux build for the beta. I'm considering it a requirement for releasing it. It might be a little bit delayed though because of prioritize. Oh, so what I can do is I can just regenerate this until I get what? Whoa. What? Can I show this? Watch the joystick. Down. This should be right. That's correct. Left is... I push it left and it goes down. And I go down and it goes left. I go up, it goes up. So if I go in circles, it's like this. What? Hold on, what's the... I forget what the hotkey for doing it in. Okay. The keyboard controls work fine. Okay, well, let me put that into my to-do list. Camera movement with right joystick is stuffed as all hell. Okay, I'll fix that later. If you want to hang out, you wouldn't mind hanging out when we have a build and want to test it. That would be fun. I am thinking of doing 2 launch parties, one where I live and the one where I will live. And the one where I currently live is the same place, so I would love to see you at some point. I'll let you know, Casmon, about that. Let's see. Oh, I was looking for more Lechugans to spawn. I think there's got to be some in here. Let's see. Where are they at? There they are. Launch the party poppers. Yes, I want to have launch party, basically. I don't know if it's going to be with the beta or with the final release. Effectively, I'm going to do a Kickstarter campaign for this game, probably. Which will happen after the beta phase. And when that happens, at least I'll definitely do a launch party then. Chance to hang out with friends and do some game testing, but also just, you know, playing other games. So what I want to know is basically what... I have 4 damage here. So I would need to hit 3 enemies to be able to one-shot a Lechugan. I think that means I want to reduce their health by 1. Yeah, there's eyegrass. They were called grass spirits in the last librarian, but I decided that was too boring, so I've named them Lechugans after the Spanish word for lettuce. That's what they are now. I'm gonna make them 6 HP at level 1, so that if you hit 2 enemies with dynamic slash, you can then one-shot a Lechugan, instead of needing to hit 3 enemies. That's my plan. And it means it takes it from 3 hits from Radial Cast and or Channel Frost to 2 hits. Yeah, I think I like that. The Lettuce Bros, yep. I know how hard it is to test for an OS you don't have native running system. A few people that helped with you. You have a few people to help you with testing Java project, even when with. Oh, I see. Yeah. You are using Java, which is a little more. Yeah, GameMaker is fully cross-platform, but the problem is that if there's a Linux-specific bug, I won't be able to do much about it because it's just a mystery. Like, there's not going to be any debug information on why it's happening. Give me a moment. Okay, I really thought I was gonna sneeze, like a magnificent sneeze that I didn't want the internet to know had happened. Uh, it did. I haven't sneezed yet, so we'll see what happens. It'll be okay, I hope. Uh, what am I doing here? Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so I want to lower the Lechugan's base health from 7 to 6. I don't quite know what I was doing there. 6, 12. Maybe I make this. Lechugans? Yeah, like a choo-choo, I guess. Is that what you're getting at? Or is there something else I'm missing? What amount of double health seems completely unreasonable. Although, oh no, Lydia can do. Let's see, Duran can do about 11, and Lydia can do about 11. Or sorry, Sonia can do about 11. They made you sneeze. They're full of evil pollen. Oh, you're right. How could I allow this to happen? Okay. I'm going to make them 10 because that will make them easier to kill with a fully charged dynamic strike. Because it's going to do. Yeah. I've run into bugs that work on Java, but not Mac or Windows, just because Linux Windows managers. Yeah. All kinds of weird cross-platform things, and it's a hassle. Savage move. So I want to make biogenerate. I'm going to do it like this. So biogenerate is only useful if you have less than half health. And then it will heal half the missing health, so 25% more. And now they won't heal when they're just missing 1 health. Actually, maybe I should make it heal more? Hmm. No, this is fine. But I'm going to make it less than or equal to. So if they're at 3 health, they will heal 2 health. Yep. I'm also going to make it cost 2 AP. And who has biogenerate? Lechugans and Annihilers. Okay. So I'll look at the Annihilers later. The Lechugans will have... It does grant immunity. That's true. Okay. So that's going to cost 2 AP now. So when they heal, it will be... I'm also going to make it their first action instead. So they will always heal if they're below half health. Otherwise, they're going to attempt to attack. Otherwise, they will move, and then they will attack if that happens. YouTube says you're streaming Dwarf Fortress. Oh, no. YouTube never knows what's going on. With the amount of text on screen, close enough. Yeah, I mean, coding, Dwarf Fortress, there's no difference. Oops. It seems to me like if you're not going to let me fill out the section for what game I'm playing myself, when the game that I'm playing or working on doesn't exist in the database, you're not just going to give me a blank option. At least let me turn it off. Like, but someone did suggest to me that I just set it to Game Maker Studio because that is a game registered on Steam, which is what I probably should do. But I don't know how. I'll check later. Okay, so I think the Lechugan I'm happy with. That was the other change I wanted to make, was just make the biogenerate cost 2. Let me test it, though, to make sure I didn't mess it up. Because although I am a perfect individual, I still somehow make mistakes. Water, water. Give us a coding game category. I think there might be one. Like, yeah, if there even if there isn't, Game Maker Studio is an option, and I should pick that one. Okay, so this is still not like an easy fight because of all the plants in the way. I'll just... Oh, you know what? I will move here because that will trick the... I'm gonna move here. No. Oh, I want to undo that, but I can't. Dang it. I made a mistake. I didn't want to move closer to that other leaflet. That guy's in the corner just dancing. Comp site, programming, or just chatting? Okay, yeah, all those would work. Probably want to radial cast hit those guys. What I wanted was there to be a second Lechugan here. Yeah, I'll just take the damage. It's fine. Oh, they're all going to heal, of course. I programmed them so that they would do that. And now I can kill them. Boom. And slash them. Okay. I can one-shot that. See you later, Castmon. Have a good evening. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah. Let's see. I can put the chalk over here, I guess. Doesn't really help. Nice. Yeah, that definitely feels better. That fight would have taken probably 2 more turns if I hadn't nerfed that health from 7 to 6. And that's all the difference it takes. Like, 6 health instead of 7, substantially simpler. Okay, but I think instead of having it heal 50% missing HP, I want the Lechugans to heal to full when they're at half. So I'm going to make it 50% or 3, whichever is higher. I don't play enough tactic games, to be honest. Yeah, well, hopefully, if you get a chance to play Daughter of Dreams, it won't be too hard. That's part of what I'm working on today, is to make it not so hard. I don't play many tactics games either. I actually don't like them that much. So while Daughter of Dreams is a tactics game, it's really, to me, a lot more inspired by Paper Mario than anything else I've played. Despite having kind of a different combat style. Oh man, this chest is just lonely in the trees. But the main focus of Daughter of Dreams is the story and the exploration. But it will be interesting to see some people play it that don't have any previous tactics experience to see where I can better explain the combat system. Also, right now I have animations at full speed. It's a little bit easier to follow when you're playing at normal speed. But I have them playing at 4 times speed because obviously I played the game enough as it is. Okay, so I'm going to make biogenerate. I'm going to make biogenerate heal this amount or 3. Maximum 3 and this whole ordeal. So now I'm going to test one more time. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. I played Daughter of Dreams today just like from the beginning properly for, you know, maybe half an hour for the first time in a while, and it was better than I expected considering how much I play it. I didn't really feel too bored. Okay, so I just want to test if the Lechugans do what I expect them to. And then I think I'm good in this area. Oh no, there's one thing I wanted for the Leafly too. Well, we'll see. Don't mind me, Sonia. Okay, so that Lechugan took 2 plus 3 is 5 minus to 1 plus 3 is 4. Cool. And then kill those. Okay, very nice. That's kind of what I wanted to do last time. But anyways. Okay, so that's all good. The last thing I want to do is I want to make the Leafly take the leaping flight but make it free instead. Maybe not free. I want the leaping flight to only happen on turn 1. That might be it. Let me double check how that works. Oh no, this should be combat.turn. What's going on? Turn 0, maybe? Let's see if any of them do this at turn 0. So basically, I want 50% of the Leaflies to start flying on the first turn, but none of them are going to land or stop. In fact, I'm just going to remove landing flight for now. This is a temporary. I don't need them to land. And then the question is, do I want to increase their health a little bit? 6. Because in terms of threshold numbers, 6 is a threshold number, 3 is a threshold number, 2 is a threshold number. And by threshold number, what I mean is an amount of health which changes the number of hits it takes for it to die. So that's why the 7 to 6 was so important, is that that's a threshold number when most of your attacks do 3 damage, right? That takes it from 3 hits to 2 hits. 5 is a kind of meaningless number, except that flying ones take bonus damage. So I think 5 is fine. 6 would be fine. Both of them are the same, in the sense that a flying one will die in 2 hits and a landed one will die in 3 hits most of the time. And the 5 means that you can knock one off with the chakram. So it's a different kind of threshold, but it's still the same number of hits, but you can use weaker spells. So I think the 5 is good. Then some of them will fly. But only if it's the first turn, and then they will attack. But I think I want to increase the damage of flying ones. As well as their speed. So let's do that. Physical plus equals 1. My reasoning for this is that the flying ones right now, they gain the movement speed, which is technically a buff, but movement speed is a not very important stat in this game, in my experience. And I want there to be a noticeable difference between the landed ones and the flying ones, right? The landed ones are a little bit tankier, and the flying ones are fast and do more damage. So that's what I want to add this plus physical damage for. Because they also take bonus damage, so they're weaker in that sense. A little bit more glass cannon-y. And then the hope is that if I coded the leaping flight code right, then they will only take flight. Yeah, where is it? This one. They will only take flight on the first turn. So I need to go find a battle with a bunch of Leaflies and see. This either has to be 0 or 1, and instead of testing it by checking the code, I'm going to go in the game and see if it runs. Did my controller die? Nope. It is. Well, let's see what's up with this guy. Take control. Oop. Well, that's a description that I can't keep in forever, but there he is. He's flying. Did he get the bonus attack? He did. Oh, 5 damage. What? That can't be right. Oh. Yeah, it is right. Yeah, now it does 3. Yeah. Because it scales based on AP. 3. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if it's going to fly, so instead of doing... I have a testing chamber. I should just go there. A room with tons of enemies. Load. Void. Outer void. No, not... Don't pay attention. Actually, what is going on in here? Well, I'm just gonna leave. Don't know what that was about. Do I have a fight with just some leaflies? There's a bunch in here. Oh, there's some wizards. Oh, they aren't gonna do it now because it's not... They need to have initiative. This is a little bit trickier than I wanted it to be. Okay. So initiative means they can act before the player on the first turn, and I use it for like setup spells, like some of the enemies like spawn minions at the beginning of the fight. That's what this is used for. I need to make it so that they can only use Leaping Flight if it's the initiative turn. They didn't do it. Maybe that's not the spell. Dot set initiative. This is the action. What am I doing? Okay, well now they have an initiative. But right now they're going to attack me on the first turn. No. Stop. Don't spoil lore. Okay, half of them attacked, and that other guy came from... Or half of them flew. Let's just save here. None of them flew. Okay. None of them? What? Wait. Is this because of RNG not changing? Yeah, okay, that's what it was. Okay, so here's how this works instead. We say the very first thing they will try is Leaping Flight. Alternatively, they will end their turn. However, this one has a condition. Okay, and in fact, I'm going to do it for the other one too, and remove this bit from return that. All right, so now these two functions, these two spells will only be tried on the very first turn. After that, the AI proceeds as normal. It looks like at level 3 they get biogenerate. I'll remove that for now, just to simplify this code. They will not have this. They will not have any of this. They will just have Savage and Move. Okay. So then, the only question is if I want to do anything to make these guys a little more complicated. Like, basically the ones in the Enchanted Grove just attack and move. So it's just the whole, some of them fly. Oops. The flying ones are a little more dangerous, but a little easier to kill. Okay, so the last thing I want to do with the Enchanted Grove enemies... Oh wait, there's two things. I need Wisp. I need to double check this. I don't think I need to change much about this. They have 3 health always. They have 2 physical and lots of magic resistance. It's fine. Vulnerable to dark because they're undead. That's like a bit of a weird lore bit in my games, that undead creatures are vulnerable to dark magic, not light magic. Actually, dark creatures, some of them are vulnerable to light, but yeah. I don't know why. It's just a thing that happened in the last librarian, and I kept it because it's a little bit slightly different flavor, you know? Then they have the Shatter. At level 2, they have Vanish, which is super spooky. Vector, Spirit, Shine. I think this is all good. Yeah, I mean, it's a rare enemy anyways. I think that's fine. I don't need to test it too much. Now, the only question, or the last thing I want to do is look at my spells and see if I can add any spells to level 2 or above enemies to make the hard mode a little bit more interesting. Zombies are afraid of the dark and cloaked lore. Yep, pretty much. It's the gist of it. Okay, I want to show something funny about this. All right. Sonya spells. All of these that are coded, actually these are now unused as well, but they were just combined. They're very simple spells. This, all in the game. This I am totally putting in the game. It's just for end game, and I'm going to keep it for now. This also an excellent spell, but they're not used. Okay, that's fine. Duran, 2 unused spells. Actually, Vengeance is just not unlocked. This is used now. This one is unused. Again, both of these spells totally going to be in the game. They're just not unlockable right now. Lydia. This one's going to be in the game. Transference. This one might be in the game. This is actually in the game. That's just not ever going to work. None of these are going to work. Anyways, the point is, Lydia has been the hardest character to design by a substantial margin. In the sense that she's gone through like 3 completely different kits. I see some work ahead. Yeah, there's lots of new abilities to finish up. I'm happy with what's in there now, but it's taken a lot of iterations. And Lydia in particular is just, for some reason, particularly difficult to get right. Anyway, so what I really wanted to look at was all of my like enemy spells to see if any of them I could put in, like Shell. Could I put Shell on any of these things? Globber, Lechugan, Leafly. What does Shell do? It gives, I think it gives shield. What if at level 2, the Leafly, if it doesn't leap, actually casts Shell instead? I like that. I'm going to do that. So at level 2 or above, it will use shell. I think it will move then when it takes initiative. How much AP is shell? Hmm. I wanted to do that and then end turn. I'll just add an extra end turn here. Look like this. This is, I could have a better AI scripting, and I probably want to do that. But right now, I'm just trying to make it work. Yep, this should be 1, 2, 3. And this also has a condition: return combat dot turn equals 0. Okay. That's not right. Where did I miss something? Oh. That's an extra one. Okay. I think, let me see what my debug tools. Playing Splatoon while I watch? Nice. How does is the Splatoon event starting today or is that later? I think I can, okay, so first we can test. Okay. I want to see if they all do what they're supposed to. Oh God, how did that one hit me for 5? Oh, it was the one I was standing right next to when I started. Sonia is so dead. Nope. I'm just gonna freeze them. Ha ha ha, freeze! Okay. You can pick your team for next week's event starting today. Oh, cool. Did you decide which team? No, you were talking about it on stream earlier. Oh, I'm out of magic. It's fine. Everything's fine. Wait, I can kill one of them at least. Tend to go power, but I always rush things better or worse. Oh, yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter too much, does it? Just go for it. I feel like I wouldn't pick power. I would always pick wisdom even. But that's just me. And I don't know anything else about like the Splatoon characters or what other factors go into picking your Splatfest team. Let's see. What was I thinking about? Something surely ponderous and important. I was just testing the leaf leads, that's right. Okay, and then what I want to know is, can I increase the level of the void biome? I can! Look at that! Look at that. Level 2 Leaflies. Well, on the one hand, you can only play with people who choose the same team. So you want to find your friends and see what they're doing. Now they have 7. And none of the sitting ones cast shield. Okay, that's not correct. What happened? Okay, well, let's see what the code looks like. It's probably perfectly sensible. Level equals 1, end turn. Okay, what I want to make is this. On initiative. Can just be a function. And I can put it in init actions general. So if you know one team is probably going to win, whichever team wins gets the better reward. Probably, so if you pick the team that's likely to win, Marshmallow Apocalypse. Something like 78% of players took the Marshmallow and Team Hot Dog did not stand a chance. I mean, look, serves them right. Hot dogs are gross. Sorry, that's just me. Oh, don't look at them. Do not use on pain of hell. Oh yeah, this was a in coding speak. This is very illegal. I was trying something that shouldn't have happened. Don't let Jay Chili hear you say that. I know I've been in that stream and I've been burning up inside. I'm like, I don't want to tell him. I can't tell him. I don't like hot dogs. And the fact he calls them glizzies is just a little extra weird to me. What's the... I got distracted. Lechugan? No, Leafly. I'm taking this. Okay. And then I am taking this. That. And then just to clean up the code, basically, I'm going to replace all of these with these. Okay. Curse coding, yep. East Coast is so weird like that. Anyway, why have hot dogs when you have bratwurst? It's better than hot dog in every way. I actually haven't tried bratwurst. In general, I am like 30% on sausages. I like some sausages a lot, and then the rest of them, I don't. And hot dogs are just the worst of the bunch. But sausage that I don't particularly like are usually still better than hot dogs to me. I dislike them in particular. And then I don't like how long this function name is. So I'm going to call it a CCon instead of a combat condition. Which is not going to be confusing to anyone. Not even me. And instead of leaving it not named, I'm going to describe it here. CCon initiative. Only true for the initiative phase. Okay. So now when I'm looking at my code later, I'm like, what is this? It tells me right there. Okay, time for water. Lately we've been picking up some Polish sausage. Nice. Pan frying it to go with mashed potatoes. It is divine. That sounds divine. Just the right sausage can be so perfectly savory and filling in a way that a lot of foods can't. I'm partial to just um like the kind of sausage that's on pizza, like just basic Italian sausage, quote unquote. And then like any kind of like spicy or um like spicy sausages or something that just adds a nice bit of flavor and meat to eggs or pasta or whatever. Okay, so now that I've fixed that, I changed the code so it's less ugly, which is a very important part of coding. To be fair, I need to figure out why it didn't cast shell. If level equals 1, it should add end turn. Otherwise, it should cast shell. How does shell work? Did it just not? I'm going to see if this code runs. Oh yeah, we have that in the house too. We just got some to go in lasagna next week. Nice. Another reason to go with Team Power. This shirt is black with red accents. That does sound cool. That was what, like, I did robotics for a long time. That was our robotics team colors. I mean, it was our school team colors, but did the same thing. Yeah, so all of them do have this code. Here's my testing calls. Cast shield, please. Do they even have it? What's going on? Take control. They have no AP. Why not? It ended turn, that's why, but should have shell. Oh, it doesn't have magic points. Resist the gamer coded t-shirt. Gotta. It makes perfect sense that a plant that has no magic can't cast a magic spell. I'm not actually sure why shell costs magic points, so that seems a little bit weird. But also, I'm just gonna give them some MP just in case. Why not? And then I will make shell free on the MP side of things. Another one of those bugs that was actually my code working exactly as intended. If that plant had cast shell, it would be wrong. Losing trombone, Price is Right. Oh man. Let's see. Oh god. What? Oh, some of them cast shell twice. Oops. I know why. Okay. Good grief. They're a lot stronger. I mean, this is supposed to be the hard mode. I can instantly eviscerate these two. And then I can freeze that one. Oh no, it'll die. Dang it, I was so clever. I was going to freeze it so that the other guys couldn't get to me. Wait. I freeze that guy. And then I take back the chakram. Nope, I put it right there. And now they can't get to me. Okay. What is going on? Oh, my controller's on my knee, causing problems. Let me play with the controller, not the keypad. The keyboard. Sonia, I want you to kill that guy, first of all. Just slash you again, and then easy. These guys are stuck in the corner. It's fine. How much damage do I do? 9. Uh, and then I'm going to use... I can't. Good. Okay. That was good. Okay, them starting with shield is definitely interesting. My only problem is it should just be 2 every time and not 2 or 4 depending on how the luck rolls. For now, let me just make it cost 2 AP. And then we'll look at the shock rack in a minute. No, they only have 1. Well, I can make the shock rack have 2. We'll start with 2. Mm. I want 2 AP, but I want the shell crack to always buff and then always move or attack. So I don't think... Is there any way for me to make it so that you definitely end turn? What is inside this function? It's going to add an AI attacks and a condition. I probably don't want to change this much. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it as this is, because this is fine. The fact that it has 4 shields instead of 2 is not quite what I want. But because it's only for the hard mode, it's not that important. And I'm not going to let perfectionism win. Instead, I'm going to file this as a bug and I'll fix it later. This is going to take too long to fix now. So I just can't do it. But let me go to my to-do. Put it in there. In the second to-do list. Leafly level 2+ can sometimes cast shell twice during initiative phase. The simplest solution is to just code a second shell spell that's identical. It just costs 2 AP instead. And that's probably what I will do later when I get to fixing that bug. In fact, I'm going to write that in my notes so I don't forget about that option. Add custom shell ability. And I could even then, instead of it being the same as the other one, I can make it different. So I can make it 3, or I could make it cast shell and critical, or, whatever. And that way it's just a whole new ability for the Leafly in the case that it decides to do landing. The coolest thing would actually be if the buff that they use instead of flying also applies when they land. So then I could code it so that if they're low on health, they land and get the buff and heal or something like that for higher level enemies, and that would give them a little bit more. So I'm actually gonna alternative landing flight a buff, script them to do it at low health. So then I can make it so that level 2+ enemies like always fly, because that's like, you know, the cool mechanic. And then they land halfway through the fight to recover their health. So like if they're below half health, they'll stay on the ground. If they're above half health, they'll fly. Be interesting. I don't want to strip that right now. It's too much work, but I think I'll do that later for sure. So yeah, that is the Enchanted Grove enemies. And I think, completely happy with them. At least for now. So I'm going to commit that. EG balance 1. And since it is now 10 p.m., I have done enough work for today, and I have some other things I need to do tonight. So that will be it for my stream. I didn't actually get to the Tanglewood enemies that I meant to fix, but now I'm in the kind of groove, and I can do those things tomorrow after I get back from what I'm doing in the morning. So yeah, thanks for watching, Shuckle. Thanks for watching, Casmon. I think he's gone at this point, but now I'm gonna play games and go to bed. So night, everybody.